The box art's just a white screen with a few images while its predecessors actually had backgrounds. We haven't even turned the system on and already there's a sin. This title theme is kinda lame compared with the DS version. This Toad's not afraid to tell his mother he skipped school. This Toad's home early, but dinner's already made. Either this Toad's school days are way too long, or this mother cooks too early. The first Blorb Toad is bigger than all the other ones. Luigi wears pink striped socks. They took food from some weird stranger. Didn't their mothers ever teach them about this? They're only finding out now that the blorbs were caused by the blorb mushrooms. No one calls Luigi out for sleeping during this meeting. Are you really that stupid? You did everything to deserve this. Bowser actually thought Toadsworth would back him up. The guy who broke a table wants to talk about acting nice. Luigi wasn't sleeping this close to the edge of the table before now. Wow, Peach actually did something useful for once. Deforestation. Bowser, with barely any questions, just decides to believe this creepy guy. Why do people say Bowser's smart again? Fawful still isn't dead. Now they attempt to cancel this all-too-important meeting? I feel like this game was made to appeal to the vor community. Unlike the previous two Mario and Luigi games, this one's danger theme barely sounds intimidating at all. Part of it almost sounds bright and cheerful. Just listen. Why is Bowser like 1,000 times as big on the outside as he is on the inside? Superstar Saga DX brought tons of improvements, so I expected this remake to be more than just the same game with graphical updates and minor gameplay changes. Globe and speech patterns are extremely annoying. Battle transitions are a bit too long. Might be inside Bowser. Don't you remember getting inhaled? Don't be like that, Starlo. You were trapped in one of those things too. Don't blame him. Thank you for interrupting the game to tell veterans of the series what we already know. Starlo is a jerk to Luigi. Discount Frog Hopper. Stop giving us the same two starting brothers attacks. And why do they consume more brothers points than they used to? Thanks for this imagery of an egg burrowing into Bowser's flesh that doesn't look gruesome at all. Starlo, do you think I'm stupid? I'm so glad that the hammer's timing isn't anywhere near as awkward as it was in the DS version. Now you no longer have to get the correct microsecond. I know what you mean by it's a relief we got inhaled, but it almost sounds malicious. Bowser's stomach acid drowns you, but then respawns you in some pipe undigested. How is he not starved to death? Bowser looks like he has to take a diarrhea. Starlo talks out loud about not wanting Bowser to remember that he inhaled us. And Bowser still doesn't hear. How did Fawful put 10-ton Bowser in this cave? How does Bowser not recognize Fawful from Superstar Saga? That would have been a nice throwback. Bowser forgets that he inhaled everyone as soon as he's told. These cutscenes are definitely cooler in 3D. Seriously? Now the villain's teaching us how to fight? Fawful's supposed to be intelligent. This is just infuriating. Jaboombas have dumb design. Bowser's as weirded out as I am. No, I don't understand. Traveling through the power of mind makes no sense. Someone at Nintendo said, hey, remember Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Omnia that came out last year? You know, the one that very few people knew about? Let's completely plagiarize the Boyland theme from that game, and because that game's unpopular, no one will notice our unoriginality. Well, they thought wrong. Also, plaque beats, as in teeth with plaque in them? Yep, they ran out of ideas. If you think that's dumb, black people are about as creative as a movie about emojis. This song's kinda dumb in my opinion. And the best part is we hear it all the time. Character falls upside down and thinks that the world is upside down cliché. This block turns Bowser into a discount Kirby. Self-decapitation. Does Broke Monsieur have some vor obsession? He somehow knew not to tell Bowser that we're inside him. If it's this easy to escape Bowser's stomach, why don't Mario, Luigi, Peach, Toadsworth, or the other Toads do the same? I'm just gonna say it, this game is a button masher. I'm gonna add one sin for each move that makes you mash the button. Bowser wouldn't like the taste of tooth monsters, especially with plaque. If Bowser has such godly strength like they want us to believe, how do his punches not destroy this fountain? If this fountain's always on, it's a huge waste of water. If Bowser drinks this much water, he'll definitely have to use the bathroom. We just dislocated Bowser's bone. Why is it so easy to lose control of yourself and render the A and B buttons ineffective while swimming sometimes? Our heroes just assume that Peach is up ahead. Why do proto-batters look like Yoshi heads? If Bowser has this weirdly shaped and weirdly named Jambone, he should see a doctor. Mini Mario doesn't have cool micro-adventures like in Superstar Saga. Now they're nothing but slight interruptions. You still have to annoyingly carry your partner's unconscious bodies around. What's the point of that anyway? This pancake-shaped bug is enough to block Bowser's flame pipe. Bowser doesn't find it weird that Starlo stuttered to say her name. That's racist. And faces. Block dog abuse. Where did the Trevilles get the branches they throw? They have none. The Wiggler leaves the combination out in the open. Now he sent that Wiggler statue on a rampage and probably killed people. Monsieur Broke expects Bowser to help return something he lost. We know how to use this move, you don't need to give us another demonstration. Just say some vacuumed enemies give blitties. Froggy is a jerk to Broke. Please don't make me think of Bowser chewing up a little kitty like this. Oh wait, he spits it out unharmed somehow. Cram in the cage. No. These Goombas aren't the ones that Mario crushed. We saw them die when jumped on. Unless they have infinite one-up mushrooms. Overconfidence. I wonder how Bowser will react when he can no longer do this cool stuff when we're out of his body. When Kirby's Epic Yarn did this joke better despite ripping this joke off, that's not a good sign. If Bowser's so strong, why does he need all of his minions to use his stronger moves? Goomba, Koopa, and Shy Guy acting like army men probably inspired the terrible Bowser's minions and Bowser Jr.'s Journey side modes. If Bowser was there to be in charge, I doubt he'd do much better. Knowing Bowser, I doubt he'd ever say they did a good job at anything. Don't banzai bills explode after a while? I don't think you should get your hopes up that you might find one. When has it ever been established that Bowser likes cheese? It's harder to lift a giant carrot than to pull an entire island. Maybe it's because Bowser's not even pulling it right. He'll just end up pulling the greens out of the carrot. If this Wiggler doesn't want anyone to know about this banzai bill, why is he telling Bowser? Yeah, he doesn't say where, but he still mentioned it. Telling someone to eat something to take responsibility for stealing is practically rewarding them for stealing. I mean, you don't know that Bowser doesn't like it. That sounds very annoying. I hate this so much. Now this stupid Wiggler gets mad at us for doing what he told us to do. It wasn't funny with Toaster in Superstar Saga, and it's even less funny here. This isn't funny at all, but whatever makes us fight a Wiggler in every Mario and Luigi RPG, and I can't believe this game got us to sympathize with Bowser of all characters. He keeps the banzai bill under the Giga Carrot? How has he been getting to it without plucking it out? These stupid bifiduses walk in front of Dermite after seeing it eat their brethren. Starl believes this birdo-faced worm means no harm, yet still insists on exterminating it. Why can't you just get it to stop hurting Bowser? Yes, there's an enemy that poops you out. In a kid's game. Yeah, this is definitely gonna cause some major internal damage to Bowser. Characters talk bad about someone not knowing that character's right there cliche. Also, they're not entirely wrong when they say he has a tiny brain. You mean we did all that running around and put up with a stupid unfunny Wiggler for nothing? That's kind of funny, but in the direction he's facing, he should at least see some light. Bowser survives this. Yes, you go inside Bowser's butt in this game. How is Bowser's butt a sacred place? These giant boss fights are awesome. However, they're the main thing that causes all these fanboys to think that Bowser's so godlike. Because these idiots think he can turn huge at will, even though he never would have done that without Mario and Luigi's help. Well, now Bowser just crushed some innocent people. Not that he'd care. 38 seconds of Bowser walking towards the castle. Did they really need to get close to see that it's us when we're like 50 feet tall? This would surely kill everyone inside the castle. Game goes by Superstar Saga logic where even damaged structures can fly. I love crossing gaps with Bowser's punch, but with his weight, not possible. Game once again makes people feel terrible for doing what we're supposed to do. At least this time it's because its writers are looking out for our heroes. But why do Bowser's Montimo troops care about what happens to the brothers? This isn't exactly my favorite Mario and Luigi game, but that was pretty funny. How can they hear each other from this distance? How many times do we have to use the arm outpost? Bowser kinda has a point. These Goomba's lens are actually kind of annoying. Bowser saw his minions being controlled in that giant battle he was just in, so why is this new information to him? How will a reptile and ghostly head thing relationship work? That tour guide Goomba that this Koopa's talking about must have been raised by Herbie from Superstar Saga. Knowing Bowser, I think he'd kick someone out of their seat so he could have it. Man, I'm glad I stopped writing down what NPCs say 5 years before I first got the original version, or I'd have to restart my system a million times to write all this. Bowser doesn't notice this giant line dividing the floor. Does this game have any knowledge on Bowser's weight? I preferred when Fawful said, I have fury instead of I have chortles. Why is this no longer a cage battle? That was awesome. Is this really a one-on-one fight if Bowser's minions are assisting him? If they weren't, Bowser would get his butt kicked for sure. These Goombas are strong enough to pull super heavy Medbus. Without arms! Bowser seriously just ate 6 whole dishes without gaining weight. Yeah, he does eventually, but it takes 12 meals for him to finally gain weight. Bowser's shell doesn't explode from all this fat. Game rips off the fairy fountain from Link to the Past. This creature is a jerk to Luigi by throwing him in this way. Alright, our treasure of everlasting wonder was another tutorial. Stop lecturing us, you stupid star! Bowser just said he hates having his castle be a theater, but then says he might make it his own theater once he reclaims it. Bowser teaches kids that vegetables are bad for you for the sake of this joke. Don't ever say that again! The jump helmet's too imprecise. He can look at you. He's inside you, genius! There's too many questions now, and the correct path you get told about is the path I would have guessed anyway. We spin jump all 12 Alpha Kraton spheres away, but only 6 come back. Who are you and what have you done with Starlo? I'd imagine she'd have cared more about getting out and be like, I can't be inside this disgusting beast, it's bad for my beauty, or something like that. It's out of character for Bowser to be this down on himself. Why can't Peach move out of the way, other than to once again get kidnapped? Princess Peach style. Okay, I thought his lust for Peach was creepy and disgusting before, but now he literally says he likes having Peach inside him. That's where Bowser officially breaks me. So now I'm going to give 10 cents instead of 3. Ugh, really guys? Giving Bowser a treadmill so he can get back into shape to potentially stop you? Of course she's heavy, considering all the toads up her dress. Why can't the brothers go through these tunnels? This outpost in one of Bowser's legs controls both legs. Does he have 2 left legs? I guess Bowser inhaling these pipes explains this, but I specifically remember him only inhaling 2 pipes. Also, why can't the other trap people escape the same way? Also, I guess people will wander into pipes and then end up inside Bowser. And if Bowser fell into one of these pipes, he'd end up inside his own stomach. Then there'd be another Bowser inside him, and another Bowser inside that Bowser, and this is too confusing! They really did go as low as to have a farting bird in it. Donkey Kong called. He wants his barrel cannons back. You just told us how to get out of the shell, then you asked why we did it. These generators broke, but this one completely disintegrated. Did they run out of resources and decide to make one from paper? Fawful can't even rhyme with Fawful. How about what I'm doing is really awful? Let's leave this toad here instead of getting him to a hospital or anything. This person's house has a hole in the roof, so it'll be easy for rain to get in. How did Bowser get here? Isn't he supposed to be unconscious? And how does he know we're after the Dark Star? Bowser doesn't recognize Starlo's familiar voice. His fire breath wasn't this unavoidable. This idiot couldn't wait until Bowser left the room to tell us the Star Cure's location. Totally doesn't question us talking about being inside Bowser. Mario and Starlo aren't phased that Luigi sunk in these digestive acids and survived. Oh my gosh, why did they make Broke Madame one of the most disturbing things I've seen? I think I need to wash my eyeballs. She even acts like she wants to flirt with us. I don't blame this Goomba for not wanting to massage this monstrosity. Hitting her head should give her a concussion, not massage her back. I love this song, but it rips off Grape Garden's theme from Kirby's Adventure. Oh great, they made these Crawfles look like Barney. Not only that, but Bowser can inhale the Crawfles' dentures. That's kinda gross. Bowser's not the kind of guy that would stop to smell the flowers. I'm pretty sure pollen doesn't work like that. This swollen one actually looks really painful. I think a sneeze that strong would injure Bowser. Bowser's eating a mushroom, which the game says he doesn't eat. Well, now it looks like Bowser's locked in. But if he thinks he's so awesome, why doesn't he believe he can punch open the door? Sorry, Yick, but X-rays have already been invented. If it lets you see inside him, he should see that we're inside him. Thankfully, he doesn't. X-rays are said to be painful if you use them for too long, but this doesn't hurt Bowser. Stop with the disturbing wording! Bowser keeps walking away, making it take longer now. I hate Nap's enemies. We have to watch their attacks spin until we get dizzy. This game even has a brother's attack with the same problem. Driving the spike into Bowser's flesh cannot be comfortable. Our leather shoes can still dig into the ground. Drawer work. Way to rip off Spider-Man. Nintendo, we're not idiots. So stop making this move's hint so obvious. Are these teeth surrounding this door? What are they doing here? Toadsworth has been snooping as usual for new information. Tell me that wasn't one of his bones. Goompa's a jerk to Bowser. Why do Sneeds give more experience than Fliffits? Wouldn't the other way around make more sense? Block fins don't sound very sharp. Bowser wouldn't like something called the Peace Ring. There's actually an enemy called a Blorb. Somewhat lazy excuse to check off the Yoshi appearances off the Mario RPG required thing list. This game has 6 thwomps, as if they couldn't get any less creative. Besides, seeing them get worse after you take away their ice pack actually gives me a headache just like that. Unlike in the original game, Bowser doesn't even do anything to counter Starlo's point by bringing up the whole I'll work it off thing. Why the heck did they need to change that? Now Bowser only needs to do a few stretches to lose weight. I wish burning off calories was that easy. In so many other instances, Bowser needed our help to do things like this. Now he can push this huge statue without us? Make up your mind, Alpha Dream. Bowser just slaughtered his own minions and we couldn't even see them explode. Bowser's Secret Society? By that you mean BS Society. I don't care how strong he is. There's no way Bowser's able to slow down a train with his bare hands, even for a few seconds. We just saw the eye windows break, but they're magically fixed in this shot. How do you know this bridge won't collapse with you guys on it too? Also, Bowser can't survive falling down this chasm, but he can survive black holes in Galaxy 2. Bowser was inconsistently strong before now he's inconsistently weaker. Thanks for telling us how to hurt you. We just saw Bowser straight up commit a murder on his own former minions. And the intense music in the background doesn't help. This is how this game chooses to pad out its length. Bowser's minions don't find it weird that he's talking to his stomach. Now let's get into his brain, which I'm surprised he even has one. Seeing those things in his brain shrink doesn't look healthy. You can't leave Bowser until you fix the problem, which involves a difficult boss fight. Why? Stop saying repel virus over and over again. It's incredibly annoying. Why do the Memory Brothers make such weird sounds when they move? Seriously? Game, we're not stupid. We know who's being attacked. Now this antivirus program tells us the combination, proving that this is a terrible antivirus program. No wonder Bowser's so stupid in the main games. Good job, Bowser, saying the combination out loud for everyone to hear. They can push 10,000-pound Bowser into the safe. Okay, fanboys, if Bowser's so godlike, how come he can't even dent the safe? I mean, yeah, it's made of heavy metal, but stop exaggerating. Game only shows inside the safe so I don't have to explain how they carried a giant heavy metal safe. With Bowser in it. Act like an adult? Even an adult would panic in this situation. He could be stuck in it forever for all he knows. This safe probably doesn't even have any air holes. Yes, let's check Bowser's gut. He swallowed something that might not even be important. Seeing the Stark here covered in spit is actually kinda disgusting. How does holding an inflatable Mario make Luigi jump higher? Is this helium? Inhaling too much helium can kill you. Isn't this picture supposed to be behind the crossout sign? These enemies are called Fawful. Guess I shouldn't expect creative enemy names from what we've seen. Drill-bit crabs are hard to dodge. I hope Cuzzo isn't one of the Koopas that Mario stomped. Old character can't hear well cliche. Why are penguins on a beach? Of course Bowser wouldn't do this puzzle right with his claws. We're high enough to see space and aren't exploding from lack of oxygen. Chakran, I know you're busy, but does the fate of the world not mean anything to you? Luigi must have some Star Cure Sage butt obsession. Broke Monsieur didn't have a problem with us when he saw us inside Bowser before. Now he does? Sock ops are actually really creepy. How will collecting 6 attack pieces prove that we won't wreck these woods? Whose butt does this Wiggler get his logic from, and what are we supposed to like about him? His cringe-inducing attempts at humor that don't even try? Sock op cannibalism. I doubt Luigi will beat these cutlets before Mario gets digested. Even if it deserved it, the fact we cause this kind of infection from inside? How much gruesome imagery does this game have? This sock op doesn't notice the head sticking out of the boss. Also, how does it know this one looks like the boss? They look the same except for the boss, who's bigger but is now the same size. How does Karibo expect to eat this block? Why would it eat it in the first place? Are the mouths a hole in their heads? If so, how can we understand them, let alone when this one has a block in its mouth? Are you kidding? How is that sock op still alive? Yep, our awesome earthquake attack is Luigi eating to get fat to shake the ground. If that's not a sign of running out of ideas, I have no idea what is. Plus, now it's slower than it was in the original. Luigi burns off all this weight so quickly. You got over this disruption you were upset about quite well because you're in a new pose for a century where you'll have all the blood rush into your head. The blorb toads were able to fit through this hospital door. Star Cure Triforce. And their combined form doesn't look very good. Seeing these toads return to normal raises a question. How did their clothes still fit them as blorbs? This toad, who was apparently born this way, brings back terrible memories of when those idiots gave my disturbing Mario moments list false views that were only there for that one flaw when I said I feel bad for disabled people. Especially since those viewers were hypocrites, getting mad at me for a potentially offensive statement, but also laughing at said statement about disabled people, proving they're not any better. We just ruined someone's fireplace just to get some socks and beans. Why would you make a third of your house inaccessible? What a waste of space! I guess we should just forget our past adventure when we put an end to the shrooms, since some survived. How did Bowser get his hands on them anyway? And why is Elder Princess Shroom in the background? She was reduced to nothing. For an optional boss, these shrooms are wimps. Starlo's a complete jerk to Luigi. Wow, I didn't even know I wanted this castle to have a darker shading. By telling them that paying 30 coins doesn't faze us, we're encouraging them to raise the price. If this move didn't slow down the frame rate in the DS version, what excuse could they possibly have for it here? These Fawful statues look more impassable than they really are. Yes, Bowser's bigger, but we can easily outsmart him, so don't get your hopes up. Midbus has been watching too much of Just a Pancake's Kingdom Hearts parodies. Midbus thinks Junker's ready because he's having a seizure. So enemies were inside these trash cans. Do they fade from existence if Junker throws Luigi into one? Junker's malfunction conveniently caused him to bring us the safe that Bowser's in, which shouldn't break this easily. If the safe was brought all the way here, how did they have it thrown here so quickly after Bowser was trapped in it? The castles aren't that close to each other. Toadsworth accidentally named a Kingdom Hearts song, reminding me that I'd rather be playing Kingdom Hearts. Ugh, now they pad out the game even more by having almost 5 minutes of you doing absolutely nothing. Time to add 5 cents for bringing back one of Thousand Year Door's only real annoyances of breaking gameplay just to make a horribly unfunny joke. How are we not getting thrown around when we're inside Bowser using this rolling move? Bowser shouldn't be able to break these Fawful statues this quickly. Now that we're in the castle, we get this epic theme. As I said in my Superstar Saga video, I've always been kinda grossed out by when creatures have a snot bubble coming out of their nose when they sleep. Snot blocks look like rejected Banjo-Kazooie enemies. This Fawful copter can fly high enough to leave the screen without hitting the ceiling first. Bowser freed 12 Magic Koopas, but only 6 help you. This Magic Koopa shouldn't be dissing Bowser's teeth if he doesn't want Bowser to hurt him. This room's cool, but kinda trippy. This part's awkward to control. Fawful's been watching too much of Just a Pancake's parodies too. Well, that was stupid of Bowser to do. He needs to learn to keep his mouth shut. Get ready to get sick of this area if you want to challenge the battle ring. Not as much as Neo Bowser Castle because Dream Team has a hard mode, but this is still annoying, even with the much more awesome design. Of course Luigi's shivering. It's below the freezing point of water. What did you expect? Some kind of tropical island? This all-powerful being infested Bowser's airway with fish. Dark Star is consuming Bowser's DNA, which is going to rewrite bits of Bowser's personality, which is just gruesome. Unless it absorbs the part of him that's obsessed with Peach. It's hard to take Dark Star seriously with those arms. I hope Bowser didn't need that bone. How is the Electro Globin not being able to talk a bad thing? That means less annoying Globin talk. Why is there electricity inside someone's body? Yep, the best way to deal with this all-powerful entity's minions is to eat and get fat. Let's have one of his attacks reenact the musical mushroom minigame. Surely that won't kill the mood at all. He stays unconscious for way too long now. Are you saying we fought Dark Star for nothing? It's awesome that Peach's castle is a giant boss in this game, but wouldn't it make more sense to fight it before entering it for the first time? Okay, this is a pretty intense boss fight. When it escapes, it gives more damage to you than you did to it. Why? Game deliberately lies to us by saying that stepping back will end this. Game told us earlier that there's absolutely no hope of winning if it gets Bowser's DNA, yet we still have a chance. Bowser's best move is calling one of the first bosses. If he was able to beat Broggy on his own, why does Broggy's first attack give more damage than Bowser? And why does Brock trust public enemy number 1 with his dog anyway? A washing a dog attack. Why was this a fan favorite Mario & Luigi RPG game again? Bowser's the king of stupid? They said it, not me. Looks like Fawful really has fury now. I hate this blasted defense move. Face it, Bowser, you only won because of your minion attacks. If you fought him solo, he'd destroy you. Especially with how cheap that fight was. Dark Bowser's supposed to be a Bowser replica with all of his strength, plus Fawful and the Dark Star's power. So Bowser should be losing this fire breathing contest. I know Dark Star X isn't red because he'd blend in, but why is he yellow? Now he can fight a Bowser-sized Bowser inside himself, who can grow huge without making the real Bowser explode. This game is making infinitely negative sense now. Are you kidding me? Bowser X can fully heal now? What were these morons thinking? That actually makes me appreciate the fact that they didn't bring back the challenge medal. There's no boss gauntlet for Bowser unless you count giant bosses. Bowser is told we're inside him, but then forgets instantly. I'd remove 5 scenes for this awesome boss theme, but it loops for way too long considering how long this fight is, so I'll only remove 2. This part can easily be worded the wrong way. Seeing Bowser put his hand on his stomach like this kind of ruins the mood, and so do the snack basket and Broggy Bunker. Game just outright copies Dementia's death in Super Paper Mario. Also, I hope you enjoyed the last time someone other than Bowser was the main antagonist in the Mario RPG for the next 11 years. Also, Fawful died in Superstar Saga only to come back. So what makes this any different? I'm glad everyone made it out safely, but now there's an unattended shop inside Bowser. It's easy to forget this post-credit scene 5 minutes after it. Bowser hires the elite trio back even after they push him into a giant safe. Okay, I've been hard on this game, but seeing that Peach also made a cake for Bowser is actually kind of nice to see. But how did these sparklers not burn through the box?